Want to jump in? It's so clear. Look at this, just gorgeous. I think it's time to go in. This should be good.
Basically a monkey.
You're a sea monkey, kind of. A waterfall monkey.
That's plenty for me.
That's so much better now. We're only going to the waterfall, kind of.
Go for it.
Oh.
No.
Come on.
No, man.
It actually might rain on me, so I'm not sure how long I'll be out here. But it's that time of year when there's just constant rainstorms, thunderstorms rolling through, and they only last 5 or 10 minutes and then it's gone and it's sunny again. And then once in a while we get a whole day that's just rainy and stormy, which is so peaceful in its own way. But I thought it would be good to sit down and chat with you all because it's been a while. I was thinking about how last year I tried to do like monthly vlogs to show how much each month changes in nature, the drastic change between the seasons as well. And this year it's kind of all over the place. It's definitely been a roller coaster year. So many highs and quite a few lows. The lowest of lows being what happened in May, which I've talked about on my other channel and kind of on social media here and there. Just, well, basically because like I don't like talking about it. But it does affect everything I do. It affects my work, it affects my posting schedule, it affects my ability to function. So I feel like I need to just say it and let you guys know that I'm working through it. Anyways, so in May, Vader passed away, and you know, he had heart disease, and long story short, we did everything we could for him, and it's just been really hard. When you're just like lost in your grief, at least for me, I am like forced to rest, which is not something that feels natural to me. I like resting now and then, but like, you know, days upon weeks, and now it's like 2 months later and I am just exhausted 24/7 because I'm carrying this heavy sorrow and the loss. And it's just, anyone who's gone through this or anything similar, you know that it is just exhausting. And this time of year is usually the time I have the most energy because spring just explodes with life in Scotland. Like, I mean, most countries probably, but you know, it goes from like bleak, dark, cold, wet winter to just life everywhere. And May and June especially are, I mean, April's amazing, but May and June, it is like a whole different planet here. Everything is lush and green and colorful, and the air smells like flowers. Everywhere you go, there's bees and there's lambs in the field. It's just, you know, it has that feeling of just abundance and life and energy. Sorry, the mailman came and I had to give him a bunch of packages. Yeah, so this time of year, it's usually when I am planning tons of trips, day trips and overnight trips, just going all over Scotland, seeing as much of it as I can in the good weather, and you know, obviously taking tons of photos and videos and painting everything. It's just usually a time of, it's usually a very intense time actually, a time when I have all this energy and I use all this energy, and then after the summer I'm just like, like totally exhausted. But right now, it's kind of wild to me because I can go on a day trip somewhere, and obviously that kind of stuff, it does distract me from my emotions, my sorrow. Being somewhere utterly beautiful, you can't help just being in awe of the incredible beauty and tranquility you can find in nature. And so in a way it's kind of like therapy, but then I come back home and I'm just like, oh, wow, I am tired. And then the grief comes back to me, and you know, it's just, I gotta work through it every single day. So even though right now that wound is really fresh, and some days I just can't. Obviously time helps. And when, the more distance I get from the traumatic event, the wounds heal a little, and I'm just doing everything I can to hold on to the amazing memories and love that we shared. I saw this movie a couple years ago. I think it's called Into the Wild with Reese Witherspoon. It's about hiking and, well, a lot more than that. But there's this line in the movie that has stuck with me ever since. I don't even know if a day goes by and I don't think about it. So the mother in the movie at one point says something like, I want to put myself in the way of beauty. And it just, that is me. That is my mentality. I always want to put myself in a place where I can't help but feel completely, totally in awe of nature's beauty. And it's not that hard in Scotland, which is why I feel so lucky that this is my home. And it's another reason why I take so much effort to share it with you all. And whenever I do get into those moments where I'm standing somewhere just almost in tears, or sometimes often in tears by the beauty, I remember that line. And it's like so funny because it's such a simple thing. And I know not everyone has access to wild, amazingly beautiful landscapes. And maybe like going somewhere like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and experience. So again, in those moments, I am so, so, so grateful. And when I focus on gratitude, when all I have in my heart is that feeling of gratitude, it overpowers everything. The deepest sorrow I have, I mean, obviously, I can't not cry when I think about Vader. But like in that moment when I am so utterly grateful for where I am, it transcends sorrow and grief, everything bad. It even transcends happiness in a way. It just overpowers everything in my being, and it's a pretty interesting feeling. Okay, I'm totally rambling, but anyway, I just wanted to say that I am trying to find myself again and find my energy again, but allow myself time to rest, which feels so strange this time of year because, again, I'm usually going 100,000 miles a minute. We recently got a new car, so we can actually go a little bit farther from home and not worry about breaking down because we were having a lot of issues with our previous car. And I was just nervous to go for like day trips kind of far away. So as you saw in the beginning of this video, we went to Glencoe, one of the most profoundly beautiful places I've ever been. And it's like a different kind of beauty to what I find on the coast. It's like just the dramatic mountains. And I had been wanting to go in the summer for so long because that's when it's green. And before that, I had only been there in the winter and seen like the stark landscape that happens in the winter. Anyways, I have more plans for this coming year. I had a lot of plans and now I have a few plans because I'm like, okay, I have to honor my energy levels and my healing process and not overload myself. It just kind of feels like at the moment I'm drifting. And I mean, basically all my energy right now goes into my business and maintaining all of the duties that I have to do for that. And that's just taking up every ounce of energy I have. So the videos on this channel kind of slow down a lot, obviously. And, I just am doing my best. But I hope that whenever I do post a video, it inspires you, it lifts you up somehow, it takes you somewhere beautiful. And I want to try to get back to a more calm way of presenting the footage and editing. I was thinking about how my channel is just kind of all over the place. Like I've got some vlogs that are more personal. I've got hiking videos that are more like educational about the locations I'm going. And I love doing all of it. YouTube really only rewards you for being like, for niching down. If you do a huge variety of things, it doesn't know like who to show your videos to. It's all scattered, and overall your channel tends to suffer, especially, you know, unless one of your videos goes viral, and that's a whole different story. But if you niche down and you get really specific about your content, and you know, you make very specific types of videos for one kind of specific audience, then YouTube is like, okay, I know exactly who to show this to, and they tend to do, the channel does really well, the videos do really well. On my art channel, like, I think about that stuff a lot because it's my business. But I kind of let myself think about that on this channel, which was not the initial point of making this channel. This was supposed to be like my fun side project. And I eventually got caught up in thinking about the video performances and, you know, asking people to subscribe. And now I'm just so tired. I'm just done with that. I'm just like, if you want to be here, you'll be here. If you want to watch it, you'll watch it. If you know, I hope you enjoy it. I care so much about the content I make and what I share. And I'm just so tired of wondering if other people do and wanting other people to. I just got to this place, you know, in the last couple months where I'm like I have no energy to think about that anymore. So it's so refreshing. I don't think a lot of creators talk about this side of it, that like that pressure is so intense. But then, you know, since this channel isn't my income, it's a fun side thing. And in a way, it's like a peek into my more personal life. Like, I don't need it to be massive. I don't need the channel to be massive. What I care more about is connecting with the viewers, with whoever's out there watching. That's what I want to focus on from now on. So whether it be vloggy stuff, whether it be hiking, I am definitely going to just be as authentic as I can. Not that I wasn't before, but you know, I don't want to think about the analytics and the video performance anymore. Wow, I am off on such a tangent now. Let's go do something else. It's Moya's last voyage. All cleaned out. It's time to take her to her forever home. She's ours? Wow, look how much space we have. You can't really tell. Bye, Moya. You gave us so much fun. You'll be resurrected.
Thank you for helping us and meet each other.
I know. Moya's one of the reasons we met. We did it!
We did.
We got a new cover!
Okay, I'm good. Now let's catch up with her.
Shelter under some giant trees because summer, we got sudden downpours. Even if it says bright sunny day on the forecast, no rain in the forecast, it always does this. But look how beautiful it is. is blooming. Everything is growing so well. And I even tried to grow peppers, but that didn't work out too well. And some chives. Got some lavender and garlic. Carrots in there, which are probably way too crowded. Oops. But the peas are definitely happy. With all this rain we've been having, the lettuce is cropping up and I've got to deal with some slugs over there. Oh my gosh, I just noticed my strawberries. We have so many this year. This whole section is full of strawberries. And very excitingly, the roses came back. They look so stunning, especially in the afternoon light. Compared to my hand, that one's massive. Can't quite reach those ones up there. Let me show you how big they are. I just noticed Wolfie was photobombing me in that last clip. Did you guys notice? We're gonna have a pizza party in the car. Because I want to test it out for like someday when we take it somewhere and sleep in there and it starts pouring out and we have to eat in the car and sleep in the back.
Yeah.
So.
It's good size.
Pizza! Oh my god, pizza! I'm very grateful for pizza in this moment.
And I'm grateful for you.
Aww. This overhang will work really well when it's raining. Stop! Let me just get through it. This is the weirdest end of a video. This will work when we're out camping or hanging out somewhere and we have pizza. The overhang will be good. I don't know. Why are you laughing? But yeah, thank you all for your support. It definitely helps both of us have a better life.
Yeah, we've been reading all your comments, and we try to respond to as many as we can.
Just can't stop laughing.
The overhang, like.
The overhang. Oh god, we have to get out of here. Pizza! Okay, in your heads, think about what pizza you think I have and what you think he has. What kind of pizza people do you think we are? Go! Cast your votes now. Dial 555. No, don't do that. Cast your votes in the comments for which pizza is the best.
I mean, it's mine.
No, it's obviously mine. I
don't
love olives.
They don't even know what's on it. Just going by looks.
They're gonna vote for their favorite person then. Uh-oh. It's gonna be you.